Hey, it's Ryan with Parts Doctor, and today I'm going to show you how to test and replace the motor stator on the Samsung washer. Need a few different tools for the job. We'll leave those listed in the description below. Let's get started. On this model washer, the motor stator consists of the winding coil and the hall sensor. The stator and hall sensor, along with the rotor, make up the drive motor that agitates and spins the washer. When this part fails, it may cause a 3E error code, or the washer may not spin or agitate properly. For this repair, disconnect power and water supply to the washer. The motor stator is located on the bottom of the washing machine, so you'll need room to tip it on its back. Before tipping the washer, make sure that all the water is drained out of it, and tape the lid closed. With the machine tipped on its back, the motor stator is located here. First, using a 10mm socket, remove these two bolts on the support bar. Then, push on the left side of the support bar to release it from the locking tab, pull it towards you, and remove the other side. Next, firmly grasp the rotor and stator together to prevent it from rotating while using a 17mm socket to remove this nut and washers. If you're having trouble removing the nut, try using an impact wrench. Now, pull the motor rotor off of the shaft. If this piece from the clutch is stuck onto the rotor, you'll need to remove it and transfer it back onto the clutch. Then, disconnect the two electrical connectors by depressing the locking tabs and pulling out. Next, remove these 5 10mm bolts. Now, firmly grasp the winding coil and pull it off of the shaft. If you have an auto-ranging multimeter, turn it to the ohm setting. If you have a manual ranging multimeter, turn it to the lowest ohm setting. Next, touch the probes to any of the 3 terminals. This stator on a working washing machine at room temperature measured approximately 9 to 9.5 ohms when going between the different terminals. If you have a bad motor stator assembly and you need to purchase a new one, you can check out our website, partsdoctor.com. We'll leave a link in the description below. You want to make sure that you're searching with the model number from the tag on your washer to make sure you get the correct part. Depending on the model washer, the hall sensor may be sold separately. On this model washer, it's only sold as part of the stator assembly. To install the stator, start with the connectors in this orientation, align it to the clutch, and reinstall the 5 bolts. Make sure to start the bolts by hand to avoid cross-threading. Now, reconnect the 2 electrical connectors. Align the rotor assembly on the shaft and press in place. You may need to rotate it slightly to align properly. Then, install the 2 washers, followed by the nut, and tighten down. Next, align the right side of the support bar to the retainer, pivot, align the left, and reinstall the 2 bolts. Start them by hand to avoid cross-threading and make sure not to over-tighten. With everything put back together, test the washer out to make sure that everything's working properly. So that's it for this video. If you have any tips or tricks of your own, let us know in the comments below. And if you like fixing things, please consider subscribing.